Xin chào, good morning, Vietnam. It's a great honor to be invited to this event and be part of a dynamic conversation. I would like to take some time to share OKX perspectives on the future of Web3. Our commitment and passion has always been using technology to really empower individuals, to increase transparency, to increase ownership and sense of accountability and responsibility at a larger scale so that more people can benefit from it. When we feel excited about Bitcoin ETF bringing more attention, more educational opportunities, and more people to the table, we also ask ourselves, what can we be doing to continue to invest in the product, in the underlying technology? And I think it's important in that quest to take a step back and think about what Web3 actually is about. It is about moving on chain. It is about giving more power, giving more transparency, more visibility, and more ownership to individuals, when otherwise that type of access and transparency is not available. And in order to think about the path to reach billions on chain, there are, we believe, three fundamental parameters as we evaluate our investment, our efforts, whether those are worthwhile efforts. Parameter number one, is this useful? Is what we're doing useful? I think that's a fundamental check in terms of what we are doing. I think the second piece is whether people actually feel safe, feel reliable when using the product. And lastly, is it usable? I would like to go into each of them and also share how we as a platform have been investing in these areas. First of all, is it useful? If we look at what we have in the space so far, I think over the last more than 10 years now, we've got multiple rounds of market cycles. But throughout the cycles, there have been a few use cases that have emerged and have been tested by time and by market cycles. The first use case that is being validated over time is Bitcoin. There's a reason that Bitcoin ETF is the first one that is being approved in US market, obviously, for spot. It is so because Bitcoin is being viewed and more accepted as such as store of value alternative. And the store of value is moving on chain, and there's a clear trend that we can see. As you can see from this chart, Bitcoin to gold price ratio has been steadily moving up over time. It shows that people are realizing that Bitcoin as an alternative to store of value, it is a digital format. It's a digital native format of store of value. It is global. It is resistant to interference. It is so much more superior than gold as an alternative. So I think this is being validated, and the rise of Bitcoin ETF is also a validation of that. The second use case that we are seeing that is, again, being validated by the market, by customers, is when we look at transactions. Historically, we have offline transactions whereby people pay in person, either in cash or in more ancient times in real goods. Later, as digital era took over, when we have more digital e-commerce, for example, you see digital format of transactions happening online. That's where we see Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and all the other alternative methods that have been gaining traction over the last 2 decades, if you will. I think alongside those traditional network, we are seeing stablecoin being recognized and actually being used in different parts of the world as an alternative way of doing transactions. As you can see from this table, the total transfer volume on stablecoin at different chains, obviously, in 2023 has been catching up in size of volume compared to MasterCard, Visa, and PayPal. Obviously, it's not an apple-to-apple comparison because there are many differences in how it is being used to date, and it's not prevalent in a day-to-day activity yet. But I think that trend is there. We're seeing the signs of transaction moving on chain. There are also many other entrepreneurs, builders, developers, engineers, product managers working on many other cases to bring social interactions on chain, particularly those social interactions that are natively digital, because in a digital era, an increasing fact that people are realizing is that we are generating a lot of activities online. We're generating a lot of data online, forming digital identity, having digital tags about our behavior online. And all those data are actually valuable. But right now, those data are being held and owned not by users themselves, but instead by centralized technology platforms. And I think what Web3 is seeking to solve is try to, bring the ownership of that data back to individuals' hand. So we see a lot of entrepreneurial efforts to build different apps on chain around decentralized identity, around blockchain gaming, DeFi ecosystem, decentralized social network, as well as using zero knowledge technology to really enable trustless transactions or trustworthy transactions without the need to rely on trust in an specific individual. Because when these transactions happen on chain, it's very hard to verify everything as if we are, physically interacting with people in person. I think this is obviously an area that has a lot of upside, but it's also an area that people continue to make efforts to innovate, both at the infrastructure level as well as at application level. And we continue to see, this is going on, but we don't have a good, obvious use case in these scenarios yet. I think people are still trying. As a platform at OKX, obviously, what we view ourselves is we are a neutral platform. So we are here to provide access to people if they want to access certain type of assets. And that's how we view ourselves. And we will continue to be here to participate and collaborate with the ecosystem with different participants as a neutral platform. The second parameter in continuing to push and reach billions on chain is about reliability, security, whether people feel secure and safe when interacting on chain. And that is a very important element that we have been investing in over the last few years consistently. There are several elements that we have been investing in. I would like to go through them very quickly one by one. The first one is about enhancing platform security. We take that very seriously. There are many aspects of technology investment tools, techniques, and third-party verification that we actually go through to ensure and enhance platform security. For example, we would encrypt customer data when receiving and sending those data. We would have real-time monitoring to make sure that we can identify suspicious activities in time. We do penetration testing regularly to ensure platform security. We make sure that our customers go through multi-factor authentication to protect their own account. And we offer online channel verification. We're probably one of the only platforms out there, major platforms out there, that offer an opportunity for our customers to verify if a social media channel is an officially verified channel. And we also use third-party verification certification to make sure that our customers do not have to take our words at a face value. So we conducted SOC 2 Type 2 certification. We conducted and completed SOC 1 Type 2 certification, and we have another one or two that is currently in process, and we will look to complete. Our goal has always been that we will look at financial institutions as well as leading fintech companies when it comes to information security and what are the best practices, what's the right certification to get, and we'll continue to do that. Second piece that is important that we have been investing in is user security on chain, particularly. We feel very strong about enhancing user security. And again, there are many small details in this, and a devil is in the details. But there are three primary categories that we have been investing in, namely phishing domain, detecting phishing domains, detecting malicious tokens, and also making sure that when our customers use OKX wallet, which is a self-custody wallet, and sign signatures for themselves, there is enough alert that will help them identify and make sure that they know what's the implication and what the result, and make sure that they do not go into signed transactions that they later regret. So, on the phishing domain side, we actually have 200,000 phishing domains that we have collected and put on blacklist, and we generate to date millions of alerts so far. We have identified 8 risk types for malicious token, and we have been generating millions of alerts for those tokens for our customers, particularly OKX wallet customers. And then for the know your transaction or your signature service, that service is, daily usage is about 500,000. So it shows that the customers are actually using it, and we're using it to, again, help our customers identify red flags before they sign a transaction into a confirmed transaction on chain, because once it is on chain, you cannot change it. You cannot change a transaction on chain, unlike a traditional banking transaction. The third element that we feel very important about is, as a platform, again, we want to hold ourselves accountable. Obviously, we have a CFI platform, but we feel important of using technology to make sure that we hold ourselves accountable and our customers can have tools available to verify should they choose to, and we encourage our customers to verify. We have been running proof of reserves report for 18 months now in a row, and we have been iterating on how the program has been configured, continue to automate, continue to optimize. Right now, it covers 22 assets, and we have over 450,000 public addresses that it's out there. People can monitor funds inflow and outflow on a real-time basis. And we feel very proud of what we have been doing. It's an important part of self-regulation for the industry. The fourth part, going back to the OKX wallet, again, it's a self-custody wallet. And we believe that, like many other software, we believe in open source, because having open source modules, it is a force function to make sure that the software is reliable and secure, and it's auditable out there on chain. Anyone can audit it. And we have been putting different modules in an open source community one by one. So far, we've, among many other things, 4 major modules have been open sourced, including generation of account, transaction creation, transaction signing, and MPC algorithms. So these are, critical and important modules in that contribute to the safety of the self-custody wallet that we offer to our customers. And obviously, we have been audited by both third party for the protocol, as well as customers on chain. So we feel very proud that, with all these investments that we, continue to enhance. We have additional initiatives that we have been investing into the wallet to help our customers manage their own private key more safely. But, generally speaking, we feel very proud of those investments being recognized by the industry. Right now, if you look at the public ranking, OKX wallet is ranked as number 1 in terms of security among all the competitors. And we feel like that's a really recognition of our engineers and product team, who is putting efforts into making sure that there is actually more security that customers can feel. The last element, last parameter that I think is really important if we want to see mass adoption of Web3 product and solutions is usability. Is it usable? Is it friendly? Is it accessible? That is an important element that we actually use to evaluate our product, is particularly for product market fit. One important product philosophy that we have is that we will be living in the world of multi-chain in Web3. It's not going to be a world of one chain because, naturally speaking, we always have competition. Competition is a status quo. It has always been, and it will continue to be. So we believe in a future of multi-chain where entrepreneurs, builders, developers will continue to innovate on different layers, different infrastructure. An example of that, if you look at this chart, is the Ethereum, as a important layer one chain, takes up more than 60% of all the transactions at DEX. But over the last few years, it has evolved to do less than 40%. Other chains are taking more than 60%. And this data does not include Bitcoin, obviously. So this shows you that there's a lot more of other chains other than Ethereum and Bitcoin that has been coming up and taking attention not only from the market, but also from developer community. Because of that, we believe that when we build our product, particularly for the Web3 product for the wallet, we believe that we should make it compatible with every chain out there, anything on chain. People can go on chain and anytime, and they can interact with anything they want to. So we put a lot of emphasis in making sure our wallet is compatible. That's why we feel comfortable that it's right now the most powerful wallet out there that can interact with more than 100 chains and have more than 10,000 dApps and more than 400 DEX aggregators that is available. We continue to invest in compatibility and interoperability. The other part of competition that we believe in is that in addition to layer one, we believe that the layer two solutions will continue. I think there is a rise of layer two solutions that we have been seeing in both Bitcoin and other chains. And this chart shows the evolution of layer two solution in Bitcoin ecosystem. So we have been an early adopter of innovations. More than 3 years ago, we have decided to integrate with Lightning. We are the biggest, with probably the first platform that actually integrate with Lightning. And I'm proud to say that right now, OKX is number one in capacity node. We have been serving 179 countries. Customers, accumulated customers using Lightning channels have been to almost 80,000. The growth has been very strong over the last 12 months as the market hits up, obviously, but I think it's a very long journey for solution like Lightning to continue to develop. At the same time, this year, we also have been very active in supporting and pioneering in the supporting of ordinals and runes. We are the first platform to support runes, and we are right now ranking number one as well for rune market. We believe that as a platform, being available to our customers and going with the customer is important. So the last piece for usability is, the most probably challenging part of using self-custody for the mass, for the general public, is how can people use private key more effectively. It is very tech heavy. A lot of people, when they learn how to use self-custody, they have to go through, first of all, a psychological hurdle and then a learning curve. So as a platform, we believe that in the industry, if we want more people to realize the benefit of self-custody and also benefit from that, we have to make it easier to use and abstract some of these technicalities. That's why we have been pioneering the implementation of MPC technology and a technology account abstraction in our wallet. I think we still have some discovery to make. And we are doing that with our product. We are iterating and hoping to make it easier for those who actually need it to use and discover and use it, and use these features. But this is an important area that we have been investing in. All in all, I think we are very excited. We are very committed to Web3 space. We believe that the mission that we have always been having is to create product and technology innovation and help users become owners in an increasingly digital world, whereby the users can actually own their own assets and value and data and protect their own assets and value and data as such. So we look forward to being a constructive participant of the ecosystem, and we look forward to continue to work with every one of you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.